Welcome to Philippine-Canadian Inquirer's Daily News Roundup, brought to you by CanadianInquirer.net, your only Filipino-Canadian daily news portal. Thank you for joining us. In the news, Robredo calls for independent investigation in Kian's death. The Oplan Galugad in Caloocan City, which resulted to cops killing 17-year-old Kian Lloyd de los Santos, drew mixed reactions to the current administration's war on drugs. One from the Vice President, who called for an independent investigation in the death of the teenager. Quote, "What we only want is to have an independent investigation. If the parents are not confident with the kind of investigation being done, the case would not be given some kind of closure, and what happened to Kian might continue," end quote, Robredo said. She also agreed to the severity of the drug problem in the country, but urged the Duterte administration anew to not do it inhumanely, to do it without denying human rights, especially those of the innocent victims. According to the police spot report, Kian fired a gun at the authorities, which prompted the latter to fire back, killing the teenager. However, CCTV footage of the incident showed otherwise. In the footage, Kian was seen to be blindfolded and carried by two cops. His father asks, how could he have exchanged gunfires when he was carried? Round 1 of NAFTA talks ends. North American countries on Sunday wrapped up its initial round of talks of the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, touching 3 fundamental topics so far. First were auto parts rules, which brought much surprise to the allies of the U.S., as it hinted that it might favor a made-in-America-style content quota, an idea that Canada, Mexico, and the auto industry opposed. Second were pharmaceuticals. U.S. proposed a 12-year patent-style protection for cutting-edge biologics medicines, which is higher than those in Canada and Mexico and would drive up prices. Third was labor. The U.S. Inside Trade reported that Canada had presented demands on labor rights, forcing the U.S. to sign all International Labor Organization conventions, an idea that has totally been rejected by the U.S. The 3 countries couldn't even decide on what to name the process. Canada and Mexico prefer the term modernization, which entails minimal changes, while U.S. frequently use the term renegotiation. In the joint communique issued by Washington, Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. declared, quote, "We launched the renegotiation and modernization." The communique further stated that, quote, "While a great deal of effort and negotiation will be required in the coming months, Canada, Mexico, and the United States are committed to an accelerated and comprehensive negotiation process," end quote. The second round of negotiations and modernizations will be held in Mexico City from September 1 to 5, while third will be in Canada by late September. Pimentel ignores Trillanes' call to replace Blue Ribbon Committee chair. Senate President Aquilino Pimentel III negated Senator Antonio Trillanes' call to ask the Blue Ribbon Committee chair Richard Gordon from his position. According to Pimentel, quote, "There is no clamor from within the majority for any change in the committee chairmanship," end quote. This after Trillanes expressed his disappointment on the way Senator Gordon handled the ongoing probe into the $6.4 billion drug from China passing through the Bureau of Customs. Trillanes said in a radio interview, quote, "A chair is a moderator and he should allow senators to question the resource persons. You give respect to the other senators," end quote. He narrated that during last week's third hearing, he was finally permitted to ask questions, but only for 5 minutes, and was unable to follow up on his questions. If senators will disregard his issues, he will have to take the floor on Tuesday to renew his call to replace Gordon and to also seek an informal rule on how to deal questioning in committee hearing.